What's a safe retirement spending rate for 2025? All right, this is from Morningstar. I haven't read it. We're going to read it together. I'd be curious to see what they say. Let's take a look here. So, starting safe withdrawal rates have declined? What? But staying flexible and enlarging guaranteed income can help boost lifetime payouts. Why have they declined, Christine? Let's take in Tao Guo. I don't know who that is. All right. Owing to higher equity valuations and slightly lower bond yields, the highest starting safe withdrawal rate for retirees seeking fixed portfolio withdrawals and a 90% success rate over a 30-year time period is just 3.7%, which is down from last year of 4%. The highest starting safe withdrawal rate for a 30-year horizon with a 90% probability was 3.3 in 2020. What? That doesn't make any sense. The highest starting safe withdrawal rate for a 30-year horizon with 90% probability of success was 3.3 in 2021 and 3.8 in 2022. That's not the highest. That doesn't make any sense. 3.7. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, just like the videos I've been doing the last couple of days. Retirees who want to maximize their lifetime spending can and should explore alternative approaches. That'd be income annuities for sure. No one really disputes that. To enhance income, you delay Social Security, buy a laddered portfolio of tips. I don't know how would buying a bunch of tips enhance your income? That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Okay. Or purchasing annuity. Yeah, so the two guaranteed ways to increase your income is to delay Social Security and purchase an annuity. I don't get the tips thing. I get what they're saying. They're saying, hey, tips, for a fact you're going to keep up with inflation. All right, but that means you're taking less income right now. It's just stocks. We know for a fact. Do we actually know for a fact we'll keep up with inflation? Stocks pay us less income. This is just a fact. You can't sit there and say tips will pay you more income. They can't enhance your income. You can't say that about stocks either. Now you could say they keep up better with inflation. Sure, you don't know that. You can't say that for any insurance. Where Social Security delay and annuities, we absolutely do. It's not debatable. All right, so let's keep going here. That's an odd. Let's see. For retirees, search of a simple, low-risk way to generate a decent level of retirement income. Building a ladder of tips looks attractive. All right. At the end of September 2024, building a laddered portfolio of tips over a 30-year time would lead to a 4.4% withdrawal rate. It'd lead to a 4.4% withdrawal rate and 100% probability of success. But this might be a problem. Your strategy also runs out of money by year 30. Come on, man. You're not even enhancing income relative to SPIAs. You're just not, because your tips go away. They go bye-bye. If you're going to do that, but we keep up with inflation, Josh, then do half and half. I don't care. But if you're just to say, I'm going to take tips out, and I'm going to run out of money in 30 years, I have a 4.4% guaranteed probability, 4.4% guaranteed retirement withdrawal rate. Great. What happens when you're 91 as opposed to 90? But my SPIA didn't keep up with inflation. But you know what did? Your Social Security. And you still have income from your SPIA. It might not be, the purchasing power might have gone down, but still there. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so Morningstar is still way above mine for capital markets assumptions. CMA's capital markets assumptions. They got basically 7.5 and 8.5 for large growth and large value. So you combine the two, that'd be about 8% for U.S. large stocks. Small value, 12%. That's a projected 30-year asset class return is 12% for small value. What? No, dude, that's crazy talk. U.S. small growth 9.6. So they're looking at what, 10.5 for small cap stocks, which is 8 for large. T-bills 3 roughly. Investment grade bonds 4.3. That makes sense. Yeah, I take huge issue. Last year they had 12.87 for small cap value. I think Paul Merriman, what's her name, Christine Benz interviewed Paul Merriman. I think he really sold her to drink the Kool-Aid, that's for sure. My goodness. Okay. Russell 2000 was up in 2024 about 11.25. Let's look at what it did. Let's just look at what Russell 2000 has done going back for basically 25 years. it's to average 7.93% a year. So that's, oh, wait, yeah, right there. What's the difference? 1 second. Yeah, so since 2000, with dividends reinvested, it's averaged basically 8%. Let's compare that to the N8. I'm going to look at this guy right here. This is the Vanguard Small Cap Index. 9, boy, they're both following the Russell 2000. I think Vanguard stopped following the Russell 2000. I think they followed the Wilshire 4500. I can't remember. Anyway, a significant difference between the Russell 2000 with the iShares and the Vanguard Small Cap Index. But either way, they haven't come anywhere near 12%. So you're going to, let's tell you what, let's take a look at the last 15 years. So we'll go to 2010. This should be pretty good. Yeah, I mean, so you got 11.37 for with dividends reinvested over the last 15. All right, let's just look at the S&P 500. We'll compare it to VFINX. There we go. It's S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is over the last 15 years averaged 13%, whereas small cap index has averaged 10. So you're going to be telling me because of valuations on the S&P 500 are going to make this perform at, I mean, that's almost a 40% less. Okay, I don't get it, man. So the small cap index returned about 30% less over the last 15 years than the large cap index. And so inherently they're going to say, but the small cap index still returned double digits. They actually think it's going to give more over the next 10 years than it did previously. That doesn't make any sense, man. I don't get that at all. Okay, whatever, man. More muted expectations depress starting safe withdrawal rates for 100%. They think they're not going to get as much return, so that reduces safe withdrawal rates. 100%, I agree with that. Oddly, the more heavy you are into equities, the less your safe withdrawal rates are. Isn't that interesting? That's just because of volatility. So you can see right here, 100% stocks gives you a 4.3% safe withdrawal rate over 20 years, where 4.9 if you have no stocks. 4.0 no stocks versus 3. That's an interesting chart. I somewhat concur with that for sure. Let's just take too little though. I mean, you can take 3.1%, 3.7. If a retiree is willing to adjust their spending in line with portfolio performance, that allows for higher starting withdrawals, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Anyway, that's odd to me. I don't agree with this in the least. I mean, I think stocks are going to give us basically 6. You know what I'm saying, over the next, and that's gross. That's nominal return, not even net of inflation. They're using nominal returns too, but I think you're probably going to get 3 net of inflation stocks, 1 to 2 net of inflation bonds. You know, maybe at 1 in cash. That's what you're looking at. When I run my right capital scenarios, that's what I'm using. Anyway, I don't agree with Morningstar, but hey, it's something to be behold. They're going to tell you that you should expect 8 to 11% in large and small cap companies, and only have a 3.7% safe withdrawal rate, dude. Okay, what? Did they say anything about inflation here? What are they using for inflation here? Let's type in inflation percentages right here. 2.3? That doesn't make any sense. You're telling me your real rate of return is going to be basically 5.5 to 6% on large cap stocks, 8% on small cap stocks, and you can only take a freaking 3.7% safe withdrawal rate? What? All right, God bless. Don't forget to paw that like button. If you drink, don't drive. Don't be a sucker, dude. No one wants a drunk driver. Don't be doing that. It's New Year's Eve, dude. Stay sober and stay alive. God bless.